In this video, we're going to continue our discussion on Bernie's tune, written by Bernie Miller and popularized by Gerry Mulligan, Chet Baker. It's a jazz standard, swing, fast, quarter note equals 192. In our last video, we talked about the head and the voicings for the head. In this video, we're going to talk about soloing specifically over Bernie's tune. And really, there's only sort of 4 chords in the A section and then 4 chords in the B section. So it's a good tune to sink your teeth into and get your feet wet in terms of soloing. I'm going to be as detailed as I can on the whole concept behind the chords and what you should be playing. And I'm going to do that momentarily. But remember this, there is a link to the sheet music below and a backing track that you can practice with. There's bass and drums. I put that together for you. There's a link below. I'd love to be able to put those links in the video, but I can't do it yet until we get to 1,000 subscribers. So please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, because as soon as we're there, I can start making it easier for you to find things. Okay, I'm going to dive into Bernie's tune. The head is basically like this. It repeats itself, then it goes to the bridge. Okay, so that's Bernie's tune. And now what we're going to do is just take a look at the soloing. So we've got the A section, which is D minor, B flat, E minor 7 flat 5, A7, D minor, and then another E minor 7 flat 5 and A7. So basically 4 chords. So how do we think about that? Well, if we're in the key of D minor, this is 1, this is 6, and this is 2, and this is 5. Back to 1, and then that's 2. 1, 2, and 5. Okay. So minor, you can think blues, but here's a good exercise for you. I think it might be a neat idea to just kind of spell the chords. So what we're going to do is, in the left hand, I'm going to give you a voicing to play. And what you're going to do is you're going to play it in advance of the beat. So essentially what it is, it's an 8th note before, and then this is like that, and then another 8th note, and then this is like that, another 8th note. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's hard to do like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, like that. Okay. So it's the same in the first bar. It's just like we don't have any space to put that. So like that. So the chords that I want you to play are, let's do this for D minor. So an E up against an F and a C. So you've got the 3rd and the 7th, and then you've got the 9th in the bottom. So again, 8th notes, right? But just make sure you're following the rhythm that we talked about before. And that's just the chord. So then when we get to the B flat 7 chord, we're going to come all the way up here and play it in fourths, like this. We're going to do A flat, D, and G. And then when we get to the E minor 7 flat 5 chord. All right, so then in terms of the right hand, we're just going to play quarter notes, like this. We're going to do a D minor chord going up in quarter notes. And then we're going to play the 7th, like this. We're going to do the same thing for B flat. And we have a flat 7 in there, so that's important. A flat, F, D, and B flat. So with our left hand going like this, and we're going to have to play that up an octave. Let's play those 2 bars again. One more time. So that gets you used to 2 things. It gets you used to the rhythm, and it gets you playing the chord in the right hand. And that's really the basis of improvisation. And I think as an exercise, it's a good idea to just repeat that several times. Let's do the next line, same way. And remember, we're going to continue our pattern in the left hand by anticipating the 1 beat and the 3rd beat with 8th notes. And the voicings that we're going to use for this is this chord here. And then for A7, we're going to do, I think, yeah, let's go down here and play it in fourths. So we've got C sharp, which is the 3rd, the 7th, which is G, and then C natural, which is the 3rd of the chord, like that. So E minor 7 flat 5, A7, and then back to our D minor chord, which we had on the previous line, and then the same thing for E minor 7 flat 5 and A7. Okay, so in the right hand, again, we're going to spell the chords. So remember, this is treble clef. So we're going to go E, G, B flat, all the way up to E. And then we're going to play the 7th here, and then B flat, G, and E. Actually, no, we're switching to the A7 chord there. So we don't have to come down on the E minor 7. So actually, let's play, instead of there, we're going to play the 7th there. And then we're going to come down on C sharp, which is the 3rd of the chord, B flat, G, and E. So what we're doing is we're just creating patterns out of the chord itself in quarter notes. And then when we get back to here, and you can figure out what to do with these last 2 bars based on the previous ones. So the E minor 7 flat 5, so if we were to play the whole thing as an exercise, and then and that's how to think about the chords. And then eventually what you should be able to do is play those chords as 8th notes. Okay, so that's a good exercise. So what I'm going to do now is play the tune for you in its entirety with soloing, so you kind of get a sense of how I spelled the chords. And again, there's a link to the sheet music and the backing track below. So please stick around, listen to the whole arrangement, because it's fun to play with and it's a good idea to practice it along with the backing track. So there's some ideas on how to approach the solo, and I hope you have fun with it. I'll see you in the next video. Oh, think about subscribing, because as soon as you subscribe, we can start putting links to things in the video, which is kind of cool. We can only put links to videos right now, whereas I'd love to put links to sheet music and other things to make it easier for you. All right, let me play the tune for you, and we'll see you soon.